Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are embarking on a journey through the age of Romanticism 1798 to 1850 to explore some of the most influential writers and their iconic works from this remarkable period. So fasten your seatbelts because we are about to deep dive into the world of romantic literature. Our adventure begins with none other than William Wordsworth, a pioneer of romantic poetry. His famous poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, encapsulates the essence of Romanticism by celebrating the beauty of nature and the power of the human imagination. William Wordsworth, a prominent English romantic writer, is celebrated for his profound connection with the nature and the exploration of human emotions. Now let's see the important works by William Wordsworth. We begin our list with the I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud, one of the Wordsworth's most cherished works. This poem captures the exquisite beauty of nature as the speaker encounters a field of daffodils. It exemplifies Wordsworth's deep appreciation for the natural world. Next up, lines composed a few miles above Tintern Abbey, a poem that explores themes of memory, nature, and the spiritual significance of the landscape. Next, the Prelude. The Prelude is an autobiographical epic that delves into Wordsworth's personal growth and spiritual development. This extensive work offers profound insight into the poet's creative journey and a vital component of your UGC NET English preparation. Next is Michael. Michael is a narrative poem by Wordsworth presenting the life of a shepherd and the emotions tied to his pastoral surroundings. This work showcases Wordsworth's skill in depicting rural life and human connection with nature, a theme recurrent in romantic literature. Next is Ode Intimation of Immortality is a magnificent ode by Wordsworth reflecting on the loss of sense of wonder and a transcendence that comes with the childhood. Understanding this poem is crucial as it embodies Wordsworth's exploration of a memory and the passage of time. Next is Tintern Abbey. Full title is Lines Written a Few Miles Above Tintern Abbey. Tintern Abbey revisits the Tintern Abbey location in a reflective and meditative tone. It is a quintessential romantic poem exploring the interplay between the past and the present, the self and the natural world. Friends, these are the works by William Wordsworth that you should be well acquainted with for your UGC NET English preparation. Then they encapsulate the quintessential themes of romantic literature, including nature, memory, and the human experience. Next important writer is S.T. Coleridge. Right alongside Wordsworth, we have Samuel Taylor Coleridge, often known as S.T. Coleridge. His Rime of the Ancient Mariner takes up on a surreal journey into the supernatural where mariners encounters ghostly ships and mystical experience. Samuel Taylor Coleridge was a distinguished English romantic poet known for his vivid imagination and philosophical insight. He was a close associate with William Wordsworth and played a significant role in the romantic literary movement. A deep understanding of his works is a paramount for UGC NET English aspirants. Now we'll see the important works by S.T. Coleridge. We commence our list with a Rime of the Ancient Mariner, one of the Coleridge's most iconic and celebrated works. This epic poem delves into the themes of guilt, redemption, and the supernatural as it narrates the harrowing Journey of an Old Mariner. Next is Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan is another remarkable creation by Coleridge. It's a short visionary poem that explores the imaginative and creative power of the human mind. UGC NET English aspirants should be well acquainted with this poem for its significance in romantic poetry. Next is Christabel. Christabel is a poetic narrative by Coleridge, known for its airy, gothic atmosphere and mysterious character. The poem is rich in symbolic and explores the themes of good and evil. It's a must-know work for those preparing for UGC NET English exam. Next is Biographia Literaria. It's an important prose work by Coleridge, combining literary criticism and autobiography. It provides valuable insight into Coleridge's views on poetry, imagination, and the role of poet. Friends, these are the essential works by Samuel Taylor Coleridge that every UGC NET English aspirant should be well versed in. Coleridge's imaginative and philosophical approach to poetry greatly influenced the Romantic movement and remains relevant in the study of literature. Next important writer is Walter Scott. Sir Walter Scott, a writer and historical novelist, gifted us with the masterpieces like Ivanhoe and Rob Roy. His historical novels bring the past to life and reflect the romantic fascination with history and chivalry. Sir Walter Scott, a renowned Scottish novelist and poet, was a pivotal figure in the Romantic literary movement. He is celebrated for his historical novels and ballads that have left an indelible mark on the literary world. A solid grasp of his works is essential for UGC NET English aspirants. Now let's see his important works. Our list begins with the Ivanhoe, one of the Scots' most famous historical novels, set in the late 20th century. It tells the tale of a Saxon knight, Ivanhoe, during the reign of Richard the Lionheart. Ivanhoe is a prime example of a Scots contribution to historical fiction. Next is Rob Roy. Rob Roy is another notable work by Walter Scott. This novel is set in the early 18th century and revolves around the legendary Scottish outlaw, Rob Roy MacGregor. It explores themes of loyalty, honor, and the clash of cultures. Next is Waverley. Waverley is the first novel in Scott's Waverley novel series. It's significant as it marked the beginning of the historical novel as a genre. The story follows Edward Waverley, a young English soldier, and his experience during the Jacobite uprising. Next is The Lady of the Lake. The Lady of the Lake is a narrative poem by Scott that adds to his reputation as a romantic poet. Set against the backdrop of the Scottish Highlands, the poem tells the story of the conflict between King James V and the outlawed Douglas clan. Next is Marmion. Marmion is another of Scott's narrative poems and is part of his wider Lay of the Last Minstrel series. It's a stirring tale of chivalry, love, and political intrigue during the reign of King Henry VIII. Friends, these are the important works by Sir Walter Scott that UGC NET English aspirants should have a strong understanding of. His contribution to historical fiction, poetry, and his influence on the Romantic movement make his work crucial for the study of literature. Next important writer is Lord Byron. Lord Byron, George Gordon Lord Byron, or simply Lord Byron, was a poet and charismatic figure. His epic poem Don Juan and the melancholic child Harold's Pilgrimage reveal his turbulent life and inner conflicts. Let's see the work list of Lord Byron. Our list begins with the Childe Harold's Pilgrimage, one of the Lord Byron's most famous works. This epic poem follows the adventures of the disillusioned young nobleman, Childe Harold, as he travels through various countries. It is a quintessential romantic poem known for its melancholic and reflective tone. Next is Don Juan. It's another significant work by the Lord Byron, a satirical epic that humorously explores the life and adventures of the fictional character Don Juan. This poem is a prime example of Lord Byron's wit and his bold approach to storytelling. Next is Manfred. Manfred is a dramatic poem by Lord Byron characterized by its exploration of the supernatural, the tormented character of a Manfred, and themes of redemption and guilt. It offers insight into Lord Byron's fascination with the darker aspect of human nature. Next is She Walks in Beauty. She Walks in Beauty is one of the Lord Byron's most celebrated short poems. This lyrical masterpiece captures the essence of beauty, is often studied for its eloquent use of a language and imagery. Next is Prometheus, Lord Byron's dramatic monologue. Prometheus dwells into the myth of the Titan who stole fire from the gods to give humanity. It's a reflection on the themes of rebellion, suffering, and the human spirit. Friends, these are the crucial works by Lord Byron that UGC NET English aspirants should be well versed in. Lord Byron's poetry explores various facets of the human experience and has had a lasting impact on romantic literature. Next important writer is P.B. Shelley. Percy Bysshe Shelley, who challenged societal norms through his radical poetry. Works like Ozymandias and Prometheus Unbound explore themes of human potential and social justice, making Shelley a true revolutionary of his time. Let's see the important works by P.B. Shelley. First is Ozymandias, one of Shelley's most renowned poems. It tells the story of a shattered statue in the desert and reflects on the impermanence of human achievements. Ozymandias is a prime example of Shelley's thought-provoking and profound poetry. Next is Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus Unbound is a major work by Shelley, a lyrical drama that reimagined the myth of Prometheus, the Titan who defied the gods to give fire to humanity. It explores themes of freedom, the power of the human spirit, and social change. Next important work is Adonais. Adonais is an elegy that Shelley wrote to mourn the death of fellow poet John Keats. It's a poetic masterpiece that reflects Shelley's grief and his exploration of death and immortality. This poem is often studied for its eloquence and the emotional depth. Next important work is The Mask of Anarchy. The Mask of Anarchy is a political poem by Shelley, written in response to the Peterloo Massacre. It's a call for non-violent resistance and social reform, emphasizing the importance of a peaceful protest. Next is To a Skylark. To a Skylark is one of Shelley's lyrical poems that celebrates the beauty of a freedom of a skylark. It's a reflection on the human yearning for transcendence and the beauty of the natural world. Friends, these are the significant work by P.B. Shelley that every UGC NET English aspirant should be well acquainted with. Shelley's poetry reflects his radical and visionary spirit, and it continues to be influential in the study of romantic literature. Next important poet is John Keats. John Keats, known for his exquisite and melancholy poetry, gifted us with the gems like Ode to Nightingale and Ode to Grecian Urn. His works capture the romantic fascination with the beauty and the transient nature of a life. Let's see the work list of John Keats. Our list commences with the Ode to Nightingale, one of Keats' most celebrated odes. This poem dwells into the themes of morality, immortality, and the contrasting realism of the nightingale's timeless song and transient human existence. Next is Ode on a Grecian Urn, is another remarkable work by Keats. This ode explores the beauty and timelessness of an ancient Greek urn and reflects on the contrast between art's eternal perfection and the fleeting nature of a human life. Next is La Belle Dame Sans Mercy, is a ballad that tells the story of a knight who encounters a beautiful and mysterious lady who ultimately leads him to his doom. The poem explores the theme of love, desire, and mortality. Next is Endymion, is a narrative poem by Keats that takes its inspiration from Greek mythology. It tells the story of Endymion's quest for his beloved Cynthia, the moon goddess. This work showcases Keats' romantic and imaginative style. Next is Bright Star, is one of the Keats sonnets, known for its contemplation of the enduring nature of love and the desire for immortality. Its reflection on the celestial and the human, the eternal and the transient. These are the important works by John Keats that every UGC NET English aspirant should be well acquainted with. Keats' poetry captures the beauty, melancholy, and depth of a human experience and continues to be celebrated in the world of literature. We hope this list proves to be a valuable resource in your UGC NET English preparation. Next important writer is Thomas Love Peacock. Thomas Love Peacock, although less known, played a vital role with his satirical novels Nightmare Abbey and Crouched Castle. Humorously critiqued the intellectual and societal trends of this era. Thomas Love Peacock was an English novelist, poet, and satirist whose work provided a humorous and satirical perspectives on the intellectual and societal trends of his time. Though not as well known as some of his romantic contemporaries, Peacock's writings are valuable for their insight and wit. Let's see the important works by Thomas Love Peacock. We commence our list with The Nightmare Abbey, one of Peacock's most celebrated works. This novel is a satirical take on the romantic and gothic literary trends of this era, poking fun at intellectual fads and eccentric character of the time. Next is Crouched Castle. Crouched Castle is another significant work by Peacock. This novel continues his satirical exploration of intellectual and social concerns, often through lively and humorous dialogues among its characters. Next is Headlong Hall. Headlong Hall is one of the Peacock's early novels, offering a satirical views of various intellectual and philosophical debates. The novel is characterized by its witty and humorous portrayal of different characters and their eccentricities. Next important work is Grill Grange. Is a yet another satirical work by Peacock, known for his humorous critique of various aspects of a contemporary society such as politics, education, and fashionable trends. Next is Melancholy. Melancholy is one of Peacock's earlier novels, offering a satirical exploration of societal and political issues of his time. It's notable for its playful and humorous examination of the character and their eccentricities. These are the important works by Thomas Love Peacock that UGC NET English aspirants should be acquainted with. Peacock's unique satirical style offers valuable insights into the intellectual and societal milieu of his era, making his writing a distinctive contribution to English literature. Next important writer is Charles Lamb, celebrated for his essays and literary criticism. Brought humor and a keen eye for life's small joys in Essays of Elia. His writings offer delightful insight into the lighter side of romantic literature. Charles Lamb was a distinguished English essayist, poet, and literary critic, known for his charming and humorous writing style. His contribution to the Romantic literary movement were characterized by their wit and insight into everyday life. Understanding Lamb's work is essential for UGC NET English aspirants. Let's see the important work list of Charles Lamb. Our list begins with Essays of Elia, a collection of personal essays penned by Lamb under the pseudonym Elia. These essays offer delightful insight into various aspects of life, literature, and culture. Lamb's unique blend of humor and contemplation is a hallmark of these essays. Next is Dream Children, a Reverie, is one of the Lamb's most celebrated essays, a poignant and reflective piece in which he contemplates the transient nature of life and the loss of loved ones. It's a prime example of Lamb's capacity to evoke deep emotions through his prose. Next important work is The Praise of a Chimney Sweepers. Lamb humorously and affectionately reflects on the lives of chimney sweepers, highlighting their innocence and hardship. This essay showcases Lamb's empathy and unique approach to social commentary. Next is A Dissertation upon Roast Pig. A Dissertation upon Roast Pig is a delightful and humorous essay that explores the origin of a roast pig as a culinary delicacy. Lamb's wit and playful storytelling makes this essay a charming read. Next important work is Old China and the Superannuated Man are two more essays from Lamb's Essays of Elia collection. Old China reflects on the nostalgia for old, cherished objects, while the Superannuated Man explores the author's experience of retiring from work. Friends, these are the significant works by Charles Lamb that every UGC NET English aspirant should be well acquainted with. Lamb's essay offer a delightful blend of humor, reflection, and insight into various aspects of life and nature and literature. Next important writer is Thomas de Quincey. The confessional style of Thomas de Quincey shines through his autobiographical work, Confessions of English Opium Eater. His writings reveal the darker and introspective facets of the Romantic era. Thomas de Quincey was a notable English essayist, literary critic, and author, celebrated for his eloquent and introspective writing style. He was a prominent figure in the Romantic literary movement, and his contributions continue to be valued for their wit and intellectual depth. Understanding de Quincey's works is essential for UGC NET English aspirants. Let's see the important works by Thomas de Quincey. Our list begins with the Confession of an English Opium Eater, de Quincey's most famous and influential work. This autobiographical account details his experience with the opium addiction and its impact on his life and imagination. It's a cornerstone of a de Quincey literary legacy. Next is On Murder, considered as one of fine arts. It's a satirical and unconventional essay in which de Quincey humorously explored the public's fascination with the murder. This work reflects his unique approach to social commentary. Next is Suspiria de Profundis, is another of de Quincey's notable works, often considered a sequel to Confessions of an English Opium Eater. This collection of the essays dwells into various subjects including dreams, the imagination, and personal reflection. Next is The English Mail Coach, is a collection of essays that explores the significance of the mail coach in early 19th century England. De Quincey reflects on the cultural and societal aspects tied to this mode of transportation. Next is The Vision of a Sudden Death, is a lyrical and introspective essay in which de Quincey recounts a vivid dream he had filled with a profound imagery and symbolism. It's a testament to his skill in exploring the depth of human imagination. Friends, these are the significant works by Thomas de Quincey that every UGC NET English aspirant should be well acquainted with. De Quincey's essays are marked by their depth, introspections, and intellectual exploration. Our next important writer is Jane Austen. She is a remarkable writer, novelist. Her novels, including Pride of Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, are timeless classics, known for their wit, social commentary, and complex character. Jane Austen was a distinguished English novelist known for her insightful and humorous portrayal of English landed gentry in the late 18th and early 19th century. Her works, characterized by wit, social commentary, and keen observations of human nature, have become classics of English literature and are vital for the UGC NET English aspirants. Let's see the important works by Jane Austen. Our list begins with the Pride and Prejudice, one of the Jane Austen's most famous novels. This beloved work explores the themes of a class, marriage, and societal expectation through the spirited character of Elizabeth Bennet. It's a quintessential example of Austen's sharp social commentary. Next is Sense and Sensibility, is another significant work by Austen. This novel follows the lives of the Dashwood sisters, Eleanor and Marianne, and delves into the contrast between sense and sensibility, restraint and emotion in the choices they make. Next is Emma. Emma is a novel that centers around the charming yet often misguided heroine, Emma Woodhouse. This work explores themes of matchmaking, self-awareness, and the consequences of mating in their lives. Next important work is Mansfield Park. Mansfield Park is a novel that tells the story of Fanny Price, a young girl sent to live with her wealthy relatives at Mansfield Park. Austen examines themes of morality, class, and societal norms through Fanny's experiences. Next is Northanger Abbey, is a novel known for its satirical take on the Gothic novel genre. The story follows the young and imaginative Catherine Morland as she explores the mysterious secrets of the Northanger Abbey. Friends, these are the important works by Jane Austen that every UGC NET English aspirant should be well acquainted with. Austen's novels offer a delightful blend of social commentary, wit, and character-driven storytelling. We hope this list proves to be a valuable resource in your UGC NET English preparation. Friends, the age of Romanticism was a period of a profound cultural transformation, where these exceptional writers crafted some of the most enduring works in literature. Their exploration of nature, imagination, history, and human emotion left an indelible mark on the world of letters. If you enjoy this journey through the Romantic era, don't forget to like, share, and hit that notification bell for more engaging history content. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.